Welcome to today's video. Today's video is 5 software updates that I think are missing from the Tesla. And I also want to show how much easier your life will be with these software updates. It's important to note that I've noticed that these things are missing when using the car and when the car's being operated. And I want to know, do you agree with these points? Because Tesla is a software company that can add these features and improve them. Wi-Fi on the Tesla allows software updates over the air and also allows you to use many of the services like Netflix and a couple of the other things, which is great. It's a great feature. You can join a network, you can put your W access key in and it will join. But if it's an open network like this one here, which is BT Guest requires a web page to be opened and for you just to basically authorize. And some pages may even require a web page login. And the Tesla at the moment doesn't currently support this. And I think that's a real bugbear. Now, this became a real issue when I rented one of these in Hawaii and I was trying to use the Wi-Fi network to update the software to get some new autopilot features that the owner that I was renting the car off said, oh, try and get on the Wi-Fi network and do this. You'll get the software updates. And unfortunately, I couldn't join the network because it wouldn't load the web page. It's also a problem for some places like work, or even if you just got if you're lucky to have an open Wi-Fi network of your neighbours that you can pick up from outside your garage rather than trying to pick up your house and fitting new systems to pick that up. The other part of this Wi-Fi thing, the other issue of it, which really bugs me, is if I've want to set my IP address or my subnet, and they're really complex things, I know, but these are things that you should be allowed to set manually, and you can do on a PC, and you can do on Android phones, you can do on an iPhone, but you can't do it on a Tesla. There is a Wi-Fi setting key, but it doesn't let you get into the nitty-gritty, and that is a real drawback for setting up networks. Now, one of the most requested features of the Tesla app ever by Elon Musk was, what if I left my dog in the car and I want to leave the aircon on so my dog's okay and safe? And Elon went, yeah, we'll sort that one. And when you go in here and you press dog mode, a little message will appear on the screen with the temperature inside the car to warn passers-by, look, you don't need to smash my window, my dog is in my car, the air conditioning has been left on, and the car will basically keep the dog completely safe. It's one of my favourite features, it's just brilliant, especially if you're a dog owner. You'll understand how important this is, because sometimes you've just nipped out with your dog and you just need to turn it on. But what if you've got in the supermarket? What if you've walked across the car park and you've gone, oh, I forgot to turn dog mode on, or oh, I haven't turned dog mode on. Can you turn it on by the app? No. Can you control your aircon by the app? Yes, you can. So why is there not a mode in the controls of the aircon just to turn on dog mode? That needs to really be added, I think. Now, before I get into this point, very quickly, I just want to explain who I am and what I do. I'm an electric vehicle channel. I do videos all about electric vehicles and some other subjects around energy and sustainability. If you're interested in learning more about electric cars, more about your electric car, I do videos, expert videos like this on every single model of car. Go and click the subscribe down below, hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified every time I make a new video. Now, moving on to this one, this is another feature that's missing from the Tesla software, and that is you can't unlock the charge port from pressing any buttons on the car. You can on a supercharger, and you can if you've got a dedicated Tesla actual charger, but most people don't have them. If you're using the cable that comes supplied with the Tesla, you can't unplug it without going in the car and undoing it. Now, yes, you can do it on the app, but not the way that I'd want to. So if you load the Tesla app up, you've got a button for turning the aircon on and off, a button for opening the frunk or fruit if you're in the UK, and a button for unlocking and locking the car, which is great. But there should be one of those little circular buttons for unlocking this little charge port. Now, if you weren't aware of this, you can actually do it in the app. You hit the charging icon and then you press the unlock charge port. But it should be at the start of the app. Now, these next two in particular are going to be very, very controversial with Tesla owners, and I know that because I brought up the subject before with some Tesla owners, and some completely agree with me and some completely argue that it's not needed. And this is why these two are, to me, the most important, because I think for me they're needed, and I want to know from you, my YouTube subscribers and people who are watching this video, do you agree with these next 2 points? Because these are the biggies, and that is I'm used to driving a Renault Zoe. Before this, I've driven Nissan Leafs, I've driven a couple of electric cars, and the range is known as the guessometer. It's basically a prediction of what you're going to do in range based on the current driving style that you've done in the last sort of 4 journeys, you know, that kind of basis of how you're driving the areas you're going. And the BMW i3 I also have had, that did something even a bit more clever, which is it used the sat-nav, if you put the sat-nav destination, to know the gradients of the roads and how much regen you were going to get and how much power you're going to lose, and tried to give you an estimate based on that range of the sat-nav. The Tesla doesn't do any of that. What it does do is this. It gives you a range estimate. I can't remember. I remember reading somewhere on the forum, someone can correct me down in the comments. This is based on the EAP range or WLTP or etc. Anyway, it's not a viable range that you're going to get. If you want to get the viable range, you can go down here and you can press energy, and you can see your driving style over the last 5, 15 or 30 miles, and you can get instant range or average range. Now, my instant range is 148 with me driving pretty conservatively, and my average range over my last 30 miles says I'm going to get 131. However, the car is telling me up here that I'm going to do 233 miles. Well, I'm not, am I? Because it just said my best range is 148 projected, and my worst range is 131. So I don't want that 233. I want my projected range of 131 instead up there, instead of that 1233. But can I do it? I've tried. I've gone into the little car symbol down here. I've then gone into display. And then I've scrolled all the way down here, and I can change the miles. I can change the energy display unit. I can change it to energy. That just changes it to a battery percentage. Why on earth you want to know your battery percentage while you're driving and not your range, I do not know. But there's only energy or distance. I want a guessometer or average mileage expected approximate. I basically want that energy data to be here so it displays there. Am I right? Do you agree with me? Do you think that it would be more helpful on a long journey just to instantly see your range up there without going into a separate sub-menu? Now, this last one is probably one of the most controversial. And the reason why that is let me explain a couple of things. Tesla have one of the best in-car entertainment systems in my personal mind, from driving every single manufacturer's car and playing with every single manufacturer's car that's available for sale today, bar the Polestar. I've not driven or messed with the Polestar, so I don't know. But you've got in here, you've got the entertainment, you've got your music, you've got Spotify, you've got voice control system on here that activates the Spotify, which doesn't work particularly great. Why on earth they haven't used Google's or Amazon's speech recognition program for that, I don't know. But yeah, you've got Spotify, you've got TuneIn, you've got karaoke, you've got your phone Bluetooth system. It's a fantastic system that lets you search for any song you want if you're paying a monthly subscription. But it's not Android Auto and it's not CarPlay. And I do not understand why Tesla, for a car that's, you know, starting price £40,000 here in the UK and 35,000 US, I don't understand why it hasn't got Android Auto and CarPlay. I mean, if you can think of a really decent reason why, then let me know down in the comments. But there is a reason sometimes why you want your car app working on your car, and Waze is the biggest example of this. Now, I've done a way of making Waze work on a Tesla, and there's a video top right if you want to see how that works. But Waze, it doesn't work as well on that as it would on your mobile phone, and there's other apps that are built in your phone that you might want to use on the car. For example, I have an Amazon subscription like most people on the planet, and that includes free music streaming. And instead of paying for a premium connection on the car or premium Spotify connection or etc., I could just use the data connection on my phone that I already pay for and the music thing that I already pay for. And you might not have Spotify, you might have one of the other music streaming services, in which case you'd also be able to use the Android Auto or CarPlay app. I want to know, do you agree with me? Let me know down in the comments. Have I missed a software update from this 5 favourite list that I've mentioned? It has to be important enough that it makes your life harder, because all of these ones that I've mentioned do make your life harder. So if it makes your life harder, let me know down in the comments below, and we'll try and submit it from Tesla owners groups and stuff like that, and get Tesla to add these wonderful software features. Thank you very much for watching this week's video. See you again next week.